evening, folks. How are we all doing? We are back with some more on it tonight. I thought we'd just start off the stream quickly in debug. By the way, good evening, Despite. Good evening, Cypher. How are you both? Sorry I'm slightly late. I was running a little bit late, rushing around. I wanted to have a bit of a nosy at some critters before we started today. So I've got a little test debug world here. And I just thought I'd pop on and have a look at some critters. Now, first thing I started to do, I wanted to look at puffs and how we could use them to generate some slime. We're going to be very short on water in our colony, I think, because we've only found the one geyser so far. I don't know where the other one is. Lurker, good evening, and Bursky, good evening. Lurker, we gave away your key last night, buddy. I wasn't sure if you were here when the giveaway ended, but I gave the key to Blue Lance. He won the draw at the end of the stream. So I just thought I'd let you know, buddy. So thank you for that, mate. Good evening, folks. Yeah, so I did a bit of testing and tinkering with some puffs and morbs, first of all. I sort of wanted to know whether this is something we were going to be able to play with. I am in debug at the minute, just to give you a heads up. They nerfed the amount of oxygen that morbs output quite a lot. And they also nerfed the amount of polluted oxygen that puffs consume. They consume an awful lot when they're tamed. So I'm not sure if we're going to do a build with puffs. I did try and give them a bit more polluted oxygen, and I sort of simulated a pumping in some polluted oxygen, and the amount they consume is crazy. I'm sure he will, buddy. He did comment on Discord. He did reply to me on Discord, so I'm sure he will. So yeah, thank you again for that, mate. So yeah, other than feeding the puffs an obscene amount of polluted oxygen, which we probably won't have, and unless we did something like a massive polluted water radiator like we've done in the past, you know, for evaporating polluted water, I don't think puffs are going to be much use, truth be told. Slicksters, however, if you remember, we were at the point in our stream base where we're digging down to oil, so I wanted to know how slicksters worked and whether they actually generated a reasonable amount of oil. I did manage to find a spreadsheet on the forums that I'll share with you now, which highlights, I don't know how accurate all this is, but it's a post by Cthulhu. Oh, Retintin, thank you very much for the host, buddy. Much love, mate. Let me get this up on the screen, if this works. Yeah, so this is a post by Cthulhu, and it shows you the breakdown of different critters. So we've got slicksters here. Kilograms eaten per cycle is 20. Stable space, it needs 12 tiles, so that's what we've got in our little test here. Minimum temperature they want is 50 degrees Celsius, maximum 160. So we need to obviously warm the area up a little bit to keep them happy. But in our little world here, what I've basically done is given them a little room. It's a couple of tiles extra than it needs to be. There's 5 slicksters in here, and we've got a stable in here, and that's it. And I'd probably, with the 2 extra tiles in the room, I'd put a floor in with a heater. They seem to be producing a bit of oil, just not very much. And then any excess oil drops down here, but it's fuck all, really. I don't know how much they would actually consume, but this is what I want to do today. I want to get our slicksters caught and put them in a room like this. That is the dream. That is the plan. I just want to get this guy down here. And we'll jump into the normal world in literally just a second. Right, he's done. So yeah, they don't actually seem to produce very much at all. And I think these are all... Oh no, this one's wild at the minute. Some of them are still wild. Maybe they're all still wild. I've literally just threw this before together, so I'm not sure whether Travaldo's actually got round to making any of them tame yet. I don't think he has. Let's do an Alt-Z. Let's speed this shit up a little bit. Nerd Rage! Good evening, sir. How are you? How's it going, bud? Okay, it might be a couple of cycles just to get these tamed. What we're working on. I'm just doing a bit of tinkering in debug, mate. Just at the start of the stream, just to see what sort of output we get from slicksters. What I'm going to do is just set up a little room up here. and just see what sort of throughput they'll actually consume. This was obviously just a room that I spawned some CO2 into to basically get them eating. And then what we'll do, we'll just slap a little pump in here and spawn in some CO2. Right near the top. That's annoying, Travaldo. Stop doing that. Let's spawn in a bit of this. So that's carbon dioxide at 50 degrees-ish. That should be fine. Excuse me. Right. Conductive wire. Where have we got? That'll be fine. I'll just put a normal vent in here. And we'll just keep that going. They will eventually consume some of the CO2. I think it's dropping quite quickly, so... Actually, I'll tell you what we'll do, just to speed things up. Let's lower the CO2 in the room a bit. There we go. Okay, right, we've now actually got a couple of tame ones. Let's see how many we've got. We're getting there. Travaldo is not happy. Not happy bunny at all. Oh, what a jerk. What a jerk. Travaldo is not happy. Right. So we've got tame. Wild, but very close. Wild, very close. Tame. Oh, Dog and Lake, thank you very much for the host, buddy. Much love. Right. So, they should hopefully all be tame soon. Will you stop being a jerk and just be nice? Stop puking everywhere. By the way, when it starts flickering like that with the idle, it's because he's got a command somewhere that he wants to do, but he can't reach it. It's a weird little glitch I found in debug. So once he's finished this, these will probably need... See this? These need ranching down here. So he's got this weird idle glitch. Watch this now. Yeah, if I put him here... No, they'll go to the toilet and they'll come and ranch these. Nietzsche's, good evening, buddy. How are you, mate? What? How are you, mate? In with the I'm a beautiful little girl. My goodness. Right. Let me just see. So we've got happy, tame, groomed, happy, tame, happy, tame. Right, so that's 5 slicksters now that are all tamed. So, tell you what we'll do. Let's get to cycle 20. And then I'll mop this up and see what sort of oil we get. Debug tested. Yeah, Mex, just having a quick nose at slicksters. I'm sort of trying to figure out what sort of consumption rate they're working on when they're tamed. I'll jump in the colony in a minute. It's just I want to play with slicksters today, so it's something I want to test. So that's the end of this cycle. We'll start at the fresh cycle. So okay, taming them improves performance. Yeah, massively. They consume and output a lot more when they're tamed. Right, I'm just going to get rid of this surface oil. They output a lot more, basically, nerd. Yeah. Now, I think the conversion rate now is, I think it's 50%, so I think they will, let's just leave Travaldo to vomit up here. I think they will basically consume, they will output half of the CO2 they've consumed in oil. I think that's how it works. Are you done now? Ants, duplicates a workaholic and get stressed if they've got nothing to do. Fine, get down here. So let's just see what happens now. Yeah, taming them, it's got its benefits basically. They will consume and produce an awful lot more stuff. Damn it, nerd. Tenorial, good evening, how's it going? How are you? I'm just going to disable this pump a minute, to see what happens to the CO2 levels. It's going down pretty quickly. Fucking starvation. Let's see, what can we give him? Got any barbecue? Barbecue? Barbecue. Delicious. Okay, so that's just over a cycle. We'll mop this excess up here. So we've literally only produced like maybe 50 kilos. So each one's producing about 10 kilos a cycle. So, hey baby. So they're consuming about 20 kilos of... let's just have a look. So according to this sheet here, that would make sense. They're consuming 20 kilos of CO2. And they've output 10 kilos per slickster of oil. 50 kilos of oil. It's fucking nothing. But it is 100 kilograms of CO2. Pass our regards to Miss Grow, Nerd Rager said.
Sorry?
Nerd Rager said, pass our regards to Miss Grow.
Oh.
I think he's saying good evening, Dan.
Oh, good evening.
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening. I understand now. I'm sorry I'm making noise.
Sorry, no. The woman's just rummaging in the freezer. Okay.
Are you having coffee, babe? Sorry.
If you don't mind. That's where I'm going. There's no rush, I've got a little bit of water.
Oh.
Okay, so based off this, we can use slicksters as a means of getting rid of CO2, but they ain't that good at getting rid of creating oil anymore. The 1-to-1 ratio is not the same anymore. So what I'm thinking is we'll probably, if I go back to game, we'll probably do 2 builds like this. And that should deal with all of our CO2 that we want to get rid of, I think. It's Misgrow. It's Misgrow. Or Miss Life, yeah. So, or is it Mrs.? It ain't Mrs. I call her the Mrs., but she's not Mrs. officially. Miss Life sounds like something you do after you've gotten diseased. Miss Life. Oh god, it's pissing down. I've just looked out the window, it's like sideways rain. Okay, this sort of tells me what I need to know. So let me just count this room height. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Wait, what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. 16 by 4. It's an annoying sized room. Lifegrow was our best. The dragon, yeah. I like the dragon. How's it going on the Earth? Good evening. And Dosundra, good evening. How are you? Give me 1 sec. I need to jot this down because I've got a chimp brain. So the room is 16 by 4. I want to basically replicate this in normal game, I think. So I'll do a little load of our... Oh shit, no, I need to come out of the game. Let me turn debug off and then we'll get into our other colony. Alright. Doing well, thanks. Good to hear. Good to hear. More like she's dragging around life. Am I right? Cue the rim shot. Nice, nerd. Thanks. Baby, they're being mean to me.
Why? Already?
Chat seems to like you more than me. It sucks.
Well.
Well, shucks.
Shucks.
No need to point out the obvious.
I'm
Okay.
the tea lady.
Is that what it is?
Coffee lady. How much have you got left?
Tiny bit.
Do you want to finish it and I'm just making a fresh one?
Delicious! When I say tiny bit, there's actually more than I thought. Hold on. Let me get the game loaded.
I'm just going to cook myself some food, so I figured while I'm in the kitchen, I'll do it now. Sorry, babe.
That was a lot of coffee to try and down. Ah, shit. How's the back today? Feeling a lot better, thank you, Tutorial. I've been dosed up on anti-inflammatories and stuff, but I'm good. Feeling alright. You're not wrong, life. Fuck you, nerd. That's the cleverest way someone has called me. What do you mean? What did he say? Oh, half. Nice. It should have just been half. Just only half. There should be no waving. Right. We're back in the colony. Just a couple of things to mention. I got rid of this ruin from down here. Whilst I was tinkering with debug earlier, I got rid of this ruin. I was very careful. I've not revealed anything else on the map. Because obviously I didn't want... If we have got any geysers anywhere else, I didn't want them spitting anything out. So I basically was zoomed in, got rid of this ruin, and also the one up here that had some water in it. I just got rid of everything, water included. I didn't want any of that shit. It was just in my way. So it means we can tidy this up at the north of the base at some point. In the last stream, as a quick recap, we tidied up some of this stuff down here. We fitted some more coal gens. We got all this set up, and we also got it liquid cooled with radiators. We put in some hydrogen gens, and we started using some hydrogen from our electrolyzer setup. Did all the mechanical filters and started setting some oxygen pipes up for different things here and there. We fitted some exosuits down here, so we can now access our oil biome, and we started digging out some stuff down here, mostly so that we can start capturing some slicksters. I also built a temporary little setup here for making a bit of plastic, but obviously we've got mixed types of water in here at the minute, so it's a bit of a nightmare. Which is fine. What else did we do? We did a bit more tidying up on our power grid as well, so we've now actually got some circuits that we can run through the base. We built a few bedrooms and tidied up a few odds and sods. We started using some of our geyser water up here in our electrolyzer build as well, so I'm probably going to have to start thinking of some intelligent things to do for water. And we just basically did a bit of digging, a bit of pottering, and had a good natter, really. It was quite a chill stream. Saturnus, how dare you? Why would you turn off debug mode? Why would you turn off debug mode if it changes nothing? Just don't enable it. You just don't enable. Because often I'll do stupid things, like if I press backspace and I'm fully zoomed out, Lucas, it'll reveal the map for me and things like that. So I don't want to do that. So I always just turn it off and stream without it completely. So yeah. Also want to confirm the command worked. Yeah, nice there. I did fix the blame command for you, buddy. I normally just take a pic of my phone and my built-in debug and build them from that in game rather than writing it all down. But hey, whatever works for you. No, I literally just wrote down 16 by 4. That's all I wrote down, Bursky. Shit. Why am I getting blames, Turnus? What the fuck? Good evening, by the way, guys. I was so busy typing out blame, I missed your base tour. It was just a quick recap. I normally do a little recap at the start of every stream so that we can see where we're up to. Other than that, what's overheated? Oh no, it's bugged my game. Oh no. Debug has bugged me. Oh no. I'm gonna get overheat warnings now. There must be a ruin down here. Oh, they must have changed how debug works. I've not realised. I've not played with debug for fucking ages. No, it's not, baby. I was so careful not to reveal anything, but it must just be as soon as you toggle on debug, it fucks you up. So there's something here that's overheating, which I can't see because I've not revealed the map. Piss on it. I'm gonna get stupid fucking alerts now. Bollocks. I wonder if I can load I can't load an earlier save because I've been doing testing. Oh, you cheated removing ruins. Big no-no. No, ruins shouldn't be in the game, mate. They're terrible. Quit and reload. Do you reckon a reload will fix it? No, it won't, because I did this earlier. Basically, what I did earlier on today, I came on and deleted these ruins, and I had to enable debug to do the destroy command. Now, the way that it used to work is, if I was in debug and I didn't actually visually look at unexplored territory, like this, for example, if I turned on debug, this would all be revealed and it'd start melting and stuff. Because I must have turned on debug earlier, and it must have changed. Now it must just fucking reveal everything. Oh, that sucks. It's not the end of the world. Let's dig down over here. Let's see what we can find. It's annoying because things are going to start heating up now that I've not found yet. But I did not know that had changed. Alex. What just happened? I'm lost. Sorry. Right, I should explain a bit. For those of you that don't use debug, right, let me explain. Thank you, darling. Normally with debug, when you press backspace, it will reveal the map, okay? But if you stay zoomed in normally, this is how it used to work, unless it's changed. This is how it used to work. As long as you didn't look at them on screen, okay? So as long as you didn't actually go and look at the stuff that you were revealing behind the fog of war, there'd be no heat change, okay?